everybody, Jason Wright here with another episode of ThreatWise TV. Very excited today to be able to talk about SD-WAN and what we're doing with branch office connectivity. And I brought in a good friend, Satish Madhuraju. Thanks for coming to the show, man.
Happy to be here.
Product Manager of Security Solutions in Enterprise Networking, right?
That's right.
Fantastic. Well, you should have a lot of visibility into what kind of challenges some of our branch office customers are facing when they're looking at how they want to haul their traffic. Where do they want to put it, especially as applications are moving everywhere? What are they complaining about out there?
So today, the existing wide area networks are undergoing a major digital transformation. The number of users, the number of devices connecting to the network is increasing exponentially, driven by the growth of IoT and applications moving out of the data center back to the multi-cloud world.
Yeah, Chuck Robbins said recently that most people had no idea that our applications and our data would be in so many different places these days. So that's a big problem for sure.
Right. So with that change, the preferred method of connecting these users at the branch to the applications is changing and slowly shifting from MPLS to internet.
Okay.
So what this really means is internet is starting to become more business critical. So this creates new set of challenges for the IT team as this disrupts the existing security architecture.
Yeah, I was about to say, it sounds like some security issues could arise from that. What are you seeing there?
Yeah, from a security perspective, if you look at it, the moment you start leveraging internet as a connectivity, the attack surface at the branch continues to increase. And the attack surface increases. And from a user experience standpoint, now you're leveraging internet, you're struggling to make sure that how do I keep that consistent user experience as well for the end user?
Yeah, with things being everywhere. So what are the options? What do we have to choose from out there?
So from a security lens, if you look at the organization, they look at 4 different options to kind of solve this, right? They're trying to struggle as they look at the security challenges. How do you create that balance between security and user experience? So the first option is most of these customers are still looking at how do I continue to backhaul all of my security to the data center.
Sounds painful.
Yeah. I mean, this is the place where they had this security stack for a long time, and then this is easy to manage in terms of having all of the security in one single location.
One nucleus.
Yes, but what does this really mean for the end user experience if you're going to a SaaS application, right? So that's not the area which they want to provide to the end user in terms of experience. So there is a net new option in terms of breaking out from the branch and going out to the internet directly.
Direct internet access.
Direct internet access. This is where they start leveraging the cloud security providers to provide the security as a service there. But however, for some of the customers, this means a challenge in terms of the level of control, what they would lose from their environment.
So you kind of got performance on one end and control on the other.
Yes.
Okay.
And the third option is some of the customers look at unified threat management as another option. But what this really means is if you start increasing the number of branches, if you have to deploy UTM at each location, this quickly adds up.
Yeah, sounds like a lot to manage and deal with for sure.
Yeah, a lot to manage, management complexity, and both in terms of cost as well. So the fourth option is customers look at security everywhere. But this is the most expensive option, right? If you have security at different places, how do you keep a unified security policy? That's another challenge with that option.
Absolutely. Okay, so what is it that we're bringing to the table that's taking care of all these problems?
So what we have done here, Cisco has really introduced an option to bring in the full integrated security stack as part of the SD-WAN platforms, which is powered by Viptela software. Okay. So what this means is if you have an existing ISR, ASR, or CSR, or an ENCS platform, which is running an SD-WAN platform, the moment you upgrade to the latest version, you have all of this integrated security stack available.
Okay, so for a second, I heard, first of all, this is available on all of the different routing platforms that we have.
Yes.
And second, I heard this is integrated at the code level. This is not an add-on or a module or something like that, right?
That is correct, yes.
All right, fantastic.
Integrated core level on all managed but the same management solution, which is vManage.
This is starting to sound like part of the goal that we've been enunciating for a while, which is to really build security into the fabric of the network.
Yes.
This is us taking a step on that promise.
This is truly an integrated solution at the code software level.
All right, all of this sounds great, but you know I'm going to want to see it live and in person. So let's get under the hat and show me what you've got right here. What are we looking at?
Sure, let me show you the list of security features what we have. So what we are looking at here is the management solution, which is vManage, which is used to manage the SD-WAN solution.
Right.
So we want to use the same console to manage all of our security features.
Cool.
So what you're seeing here is the firewall widget, which shows the firewall inspected number of sessions which are inspected or dropped, and the top signature hits from our IPS solution, and then the URL filtering solution, the number of categories which are allowed or blocked.
Okay.
So unified reporting and management from the same console, which is vManage.
Love it.
So let's take a look at how do you want to configure the security policies, right? So if you go under the configuration piece, and there is a new security tab, which you would see once you upgrade to the latest vManage. Once you click on that, what you see is you have an option to add in security policy, and this is purely intent-driven. So depending on what use case you're trying to solve, whether it's compliance, guest access, or direct internet access, we pick the right set of security features which you need to enable.
So just all the security features pre-configured based on a use case. If you want to just take that and go with it, make it simple.
Absolutely right.
All right, I love simplicity, especially when we talk about branch office security. Simplicity is a really key aspect. So that is very simple.
That's right, yeah. So let's take a look at the existing security policy which is created for the direct internet access use case. So here what we see are the different features what we have built in with the integrated security stack.
Okay.
It's your zone-based firewall with application awareness, and then intrusion prevention, which is powered by Talos Threat Intel, and then URL filtering, and then Umbrella security as well, which is DNS security is what is called here. And
Fantastic.
then finally you do get to see a policy summary before you get to push this across thousands of branches.
Excellent. Okay.
So let's take a look at the firewall policy here real quick. So what we have is you get to define the source and the destination, and you get to create what zone needs to talk to which zone within your network. Segmentation, a great use case for most of the customers. And then more importantly, you get to decide what are the specific set of applications or the category of applications which you want to allow these customers to access.
Application-aware firewall to help create a policy to dictate what we should do with those applications that are either out there on the internet or at our data center. We can choose what we want to do there.
Sure,
Okay,
that's right.
Perfect.
So let's take a look at the IPS here. The intrusion prevention engine, it's the intent here is to, in terms of configuration, it's really simple. All you have is two options which you need to set to predefined rule sets for you to pick from. Based on your security posture, you pick between balanced or security, and we define the rule sets which get to be pushed based on the template.
Got it.
And inspection mode, you choose to decide whether you want to deploy this in a monitoring mode through detection, or you want to go ahead and block this using the IPS prevention mode.
A lot of people, they want to test out policies and see how they work in detection mode and then move to prevention as they grow to refine it and trust it a little bit more. So you have the option. Okay.
And let's take a look at the URL filtering, right? This is where we have categorized the entire web into 82 different categories.
Yes.
This could be for productivity reasons or corporate policy reasons. You get to pick and choose what are the specific set of categories which you need to allow or set to block. Okay. So here what you're seeing is these are different categories which are set to block. The dating webs category, and then fashion category which is set to block as well. And at the same time, this has a security angle to this feature, right? So every domain out there has a reputation score, which is IP address or a domain on the web, similar to an trade score, which is assigned to each individual. So based on the security reputation score of the domain, you could set that to choose, allow that to set to block or allow.
Again, very straightforward configuration styles here. Very simple for deploying these in multiple branches.
Yep. That's right. So there are some advanced setting options here, which customer who could choose to whitelist or blacklist specific URLs, or decide on how to notify the end user why he has been blocked. You could choose to do that.
More customization.
More customization, which we will allow the customer to do.
Excellent.
So far we've been looking at the integrated security stack. What I want to really show quickly is this is something which I really love, very simple to use. How do we integrate with our own Cisco Umbrella? If a customer chooses to redirect his DNS traffic up to Cisco Umbrella and leverage cloud services on the Umbrella.
They should.
Yes, yeah, which they should be. Yeah. It's just with one single click of a button, right? All he would need to do is plug in the API token from Umbrella, and with one single click, all you have done in terms of configuration, just the software does all of the magic in the backend.
Now, all of the traffic through this will be routed through Umbrella for DNS inspection and protection.
That is right.
You know, I've told people many times that Umbrella is going to be the most simple product you've ever deployed in your security stack, and now we've made it just as simple to deploy through the routers here as well. So I love seeing that. It's fantastic.
So once we have done with configuring all of the policies, now you get to see a quick summary of the security policies, what you have done. And now once this security policy is saved, now you could choose to push this security policy across hundreds of branch devices with one single click, right from vManage.
Now we could also bifurcate our policies to different branches if we wanted to, right? And group different branches to get different policies?
Yes, absolutely. If you have different security needs at different branches, based on the location or based on the corporate policies, you could choose to do that. You could maintain a different set of devices and push different security policy there.
Well, I love what we're doing here. This, to me, was a very simple way to configure about 4 or 5 different security technologies from Cisco, and it's integrated at the code level. We're delivering on our promise to build security into the network fabric, and this looks like a very simple product to use to improve the security and be able to choose exactly how they want security to roll out based on the type of connectivity from each branch, right?
Yes. That's exactly what we mean. Simplified integrated security right into the SD-WAN platform.
Simplified integrated security. That's perfect. Love it.
Awesome.
Thanks so much for coming by. And if you want to learn just a little bit more about our SD-WAN security technologies, you can go to cisco.com/go/SD-WAN, no hyphen. And you can learn a little bit more about what it is that we're doing and how we're delivering on the promise of integrating security into the network infrastructure. That's what we've been talking about for years now, and now you're starting to see how we are delivering on that promise. Thanks so much for tuning in to this edition of ThreatWise TV. All right, man. Thanks for coming.